to slay the princess. I heard this game because of like a student, and because of like a classmate, like last year in my class. He was watching videos of this, and I was like, huh, what's this? You know, and like I think he was watching multiple endings of this game because apparently this game is like an ending type of game. You can do like have multiple endings. You can find out. I think I downloaded it on the PC, and so yeah. And it's like story, single player story based, I think. So now I'm like, I chose the choice to like in the beginning to leave the path, you know, that you're supposed to follow. It still leads to the same one. Then the narrator's like, huh, and then I decided to continue going down another path.
Your silence is deafening.
And then like chose to be silent.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
And
oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Man, I love how this music is pretty sad. So no fighting. This is there. I have to go into the cabin. Don't I? Fine. That's like me, that the dialogues I can choose. Oh, yeah? Well, I guess I start walking a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go, as you trudge into the woods and some...
Let's see, just like... Oh man, now the music's starting to scare me.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on?
Voices are here, okay.
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all. You know that, right?
Of course you do, otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of a scene.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. It's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Chapter 2, The Strange.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh man. Oh man. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, has this happened already? Okay, no. You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she? Oh, you bastard, you're inferred now. I'm wise to your trick. But I died, the whole world ended. What am I doing here? Those walls were here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin. Yeah, okay, heading to the cabin now. I'm definitely going to see the princess. Yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin. Slowly proceed to the cabin. Wait. Those walls died.
I can assure you that you're not dead, and that the princess has yet to end the world. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. And to answer your question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Yeah, okay, heading to the cabin. Yeah, I get it, I moved to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open.
Proceed into the cabin. The music is making this
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths. It's
flickering in there. Oh, that's cool, yeah. I need to play the other game as well. What is it called? Never Ending Nightmare? Like, as soon as, when I asked the guy, like, about this game, I was like, hey, it reminds me of Never Ending Nightmare. I never played the game.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
Okay, let's go.
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. You can't just say that. Don't listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess, and if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really... Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very...
I didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. Approach mirror. Take the mirror.
No. We should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that... You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the... There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it.
Where did you lie,
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? You waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Okay, approach the mirror.
Walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I
What
hope
the
you know
heck,
how
your
ridiculous
hand?
you look right now, but it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Man. Okay, let's see. We're not taking the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong. And the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone the air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odor that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a babe. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is... And what's that? The fate of the world hinges on your success. There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Take the harsh stairs to the left. Take the center stairs. Take the center stairs to the right. The stairs to the
You
left.
step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs. Till there's nothing left, the air around you grows cold the further you progress. At first, a barely noticeable drop, quickly evolving into a numbing cold. Your toes feel like blocks of ice, your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed vapor. You shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep chill.
What?
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all...
Are you just going to stand there?
What?
What the hell was that? What happened? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same. Oh well, that was the trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old Dev the Princess. Eyes bright, but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems...
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was here. What's your name? Getting down here was weird, like I was pulled apart and put back together. And you know what I mean? Oh, I know, you're locked in there for a reason. Do you know that? You're apparently a threat to us in here, so... Why are you here?
Maybe it's because I'm dangerous. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. Where there was once just one of her, we can do that? I don't like this. It's those You said you'd been here before, right? What does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts reasoned their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
There's more of you now. What's your name? Getting down here was... I'm getting out here. Oh, I can't trust.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really. It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one around to use it? And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get... I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before the... How would we even do that? Where? We'd always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, I don't think we're going to be able to put her... It kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obvious...
No, let's continue.
What? Like you need me to hold your hand to tell you everything's okay? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Oh, I thought they would send something better to deal with me. If the stairs managed to chew you up? I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. I don't think what I do really matters, but I just want to live my life. I'm a prisoner here, and whether or not you shoved me down here, you're practically my captor at this point. Besides, you already know what I'm going to do. If you want to put an end to me, then put an end to me.
Not a single real answer. At least aside from Miss Blood and Destruction, whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get up? Not exactly how I'd put it, but I don't disagree. There must be something we can do. Asking questions just seems to make this is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplies in a sickening collider-defined blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to perish. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What on? But this... We can't. You don't have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if, luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever? The world, the princess collapse in on themselves. Falls apart? I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead and others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. Did you do this?
What?
Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Fix us?
We should help her. I think we're surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Say nothing then. What the heck?
She's gone. And there's that mirror again. What?
No,
Something dreadful. No. Yes. What are we supposed... You're right. She's... Again, what the hell? I'm begging you, don't. It's different now. It feels...
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Let's ask many questions.
I am solitary lights in... I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sad. She is part of me. You speak in circles. Does it matter where... I know only that they are. How can the world have ended if we are talking? You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walls. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they can... I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant part. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves. I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps the...
She's scared.
Everything. Then we will be here forever, as we are now. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home. I have not lived. You ask of things that cannot be done. How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. If you need time, then I'll...
Wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Yeah. It crashed or... The heck? No, oh, crap. Is this part of the game? What is it? It just crashed. I don't understand that.
You have returned to me, though you were gone mere moments.
I knew this
never
was
left
something
your
about the
side.
game. Man. Okay, make me
She
forget.
asks that I tell you to remember. You won't.
And then you die. Huh. So that was a perfect ending.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path, you're here to slay her.
Okay, skip yours to see. Yeah, don't worry. Let's see if I'm like, oh yes, nice.
That's the spirit.
Oh man,
You make your way up a warning. She will not be
listen to the
the
cabin.
interior of the blade.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. The door to the base, her voice carries.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Sure. Like, okay, so I'm supposed to be someone that's like, because I don't know how these games with multiple endings work, okay? I'm assuming since it's dialogue, it's like the way you are. The other one, I was asking a lot of questions, and like, also, well, mostly like avoiding to like hurt her, you know? And that made that ending, I just... Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
No way. Steal your nerves and stuff. Yeah, this one.
You step forward, your grip on the blade.
Oh? No talking then? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is so, you should just drop it. Best not to risk.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now,
Slay the prince.
you lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that. Do you actually believe this?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes. Even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes that it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look, is it over?
What's that? Of course not. That was way
It's
too.
over. We should make sure. I really don't think, and why shouldn't we? Is there some? I've told you everything that's happened.
Chef, you're right. Chillers. Oh,
You lean down and wrap your hand around the blade. What was that?
I guess I won't be
Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes.
an eye for an eye. Allah see you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter, for whatever that's worth.
wait, did I hesitate?
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Wait.
You're on a path. You're here to slay her. She will lie.
I'll see you into the camera. Let's
The
just.
blade is your
My
implement.
goodness.
Feel.
Okay, the blade and the.
Walk up to the wall. What are you talking? You reach for.
Okay, it's
Now
still
it's
there.
gone. Yet another thing in here playing. Yeah, scraping. She's not even trying to hide her knife. It's like that sound could be anything. It's probably just her grating voice.
I hope you've come to rescue me.
There is something so. Yeah. She thinks she's better than us. Like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes follow.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of the...
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us. If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She...
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Let's just go and kill. Let's be like arrogant and not even
The
like.
princess falls silent. Her smile... Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We just have to strike me. But your focus is broken by the horrible sound of metal. Like, who's me? Not hers, but then yours.
Hee.
How? What did she even hit us with? You stare down at your chest, and at the long, thin blade sheen, and then the red, angry slit along the flesh of her thigh, where the blade had been nestled just a moment ago.
Oh my
Still lodged in her
goodness!
leg, emerging from her knee, hinging up and out of her body like some extra metallic limb. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
You're going to die
He's
now.
like, what happened?
With a twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she does just that.
Oh man. Chapter 3, The Arms Race.
You're on a path. No, fuck that. that. If we're going to have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not... What? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, I feel... Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took this to the cabin, didn't I? The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Good. It's better that way. Without a fight, no one can win, and if great. So obviously this is on. No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes, and an entire world is damned to death. Can't be right. That's too much response. Nah, impossibly high stakes make the... Let's just stay focused. The only furniture of note is a bent metal tape. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. This feels right. We just have to keep us. That's right, we've got to be able to... We will win eventually. That's a fighting spirit I like to see. You could all learn a thing. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how? You walk through the door. There isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore. I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, if it's in our way, let's just break it and move. You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of it. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. And the mirror's gone. It was never there. Let's just get to the princess already. I didn't care about the mirror before. I care about it even less now. Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom. Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you...
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
She's got another thing coming if she thinks pride makes us dead. Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come. Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The past isn't real. There's only here. Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters. She's loose.
You are going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's come.
That's just a bit... Okay.
Yeah, sure. Why the hell not? Let's see if we can turn off pain. It's good. It's how we stay alive. Nah, I'm sick of pain. Yeah, this whole thing will be a lot more...
Yeah, let's just...
Sure thing. I love a challenge.
The princess closes the disc. We dodge. And you dodge. And we fight. And you fight back.
Oh, you're fast. But let's see how fast you really are.
You and the princess enter a quick and vicious exchange, each of you wounding the other, but neither landing a... Yes! But the dance couldn't last forever. All it takes is a single clumsy moment.
Gotcha.
And? Does it hurt? No. Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you? I don't like that we died without us knowing it. This really, really blurs some lines that I prefer not to be blurred. Are we still dead? Are we alive again? How are we even supposed to know the difference? If we didn't realize we were dead. Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right, this is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of...
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes... We don't need any other voices chattering about in here. It'll just confuse us. Yeah, I'll pass as long as we keep... Why not?
The more times we fight, the more times it creates another.
Again is doing us any harm.
Come on, show me something new.
Oh yeah, I think she wants to kill it. She has source for her. That's easy. Hold that thing. Pop. And pop it. Okay. Start flirting with. No. No.
Compliment her on those gleaming blades. She skewers you.
You're cute.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that happens. Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get...
Huh. That didn't do much of anything. What's the... She skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just...
Doesn't matter how many... Okay, don't just panic. Flee. She skewers you.
No, you don't...
See? Okay, yeah. But let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried the skewers. We're getting close to...
Oh man, I think I love this one.
None of this is working. She skewers you. And then everything goes dark. And you die.
Oh, okay, nice. Chapter 4. We're continuing this.
Don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and everything feels like it finally... Oh! Over mine. That won't be very hard. Besides, what better
There's
way
so
to
many
die
characters.
so very many times? They're at the sharp hands of a future. I can think of a better way to... They're all the same. How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally... The only thing we're going to manifest is finally... There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you ever used it to describing things? Yeah, leave it to the pros. What, narrator? We heroically stride through the door towards our destined final encounter. Fine by me. You walk to the door. It's more of a slide. Fine. I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
This nerd doesn't know anything.
Sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or don't care, just want to win. Fine. You make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back, but I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. I got something ready for you. I'm not going to wait for an answer.
You gonna say what she does? Do you want me to talk? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you. Really?
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin bursts, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears.
Oh my
goodness,
what the fuck?
Pieces of her splattering against the walls.
Heck, that looks like the one Pokemon from Pokemon.
It's a skeleton of blades.
Pokemon Center.
A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what?
Holy shit, she's gorgeous. Perhaps, yes. Behold. Do you think we can throw? That looked. How is she? Heart's still beating. That's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How we? This is all just a sick joke. We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Alright,
what
just happened. It's so quiet.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once. You are incredible.
survival. You finally push the mirror. You do so. Gaze into your flesh. It's you. You going. It's like a time. And then it's her.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am whenever you are ready. I will.
Kill her. Your world cuts across your front and nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight.
Really? It's boring.
There's nowhere for you to.
Really? I'm ready to go
I
back.
will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect. We will meet again.
You're done. That's how it ends. Oh, fuck.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to
And somewhere. Then maybe I'm okay. Let's be like someone that's like, yes, let's just die, you know?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? I mean, maybe some people do. Nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not.
No, let's be like someone depressing. What? Yo. Kill someone. Killing it. Have you considered that maybe the others would recall?
While I appreciate the mental exercise we are running, nevertheless, let me assure you, and before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin, unless, of course.
Okay. So we continue.
You make your way up the wall. We're not gonna. The blade.
Yeah, I was impressed. We don't want like.
The door to the pub is. Don't let it. How many times do I have to tell you?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was trying to come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay for.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like. I hope you brought something to deal with these children.
Don't do it. You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making a. No. You're doing the. Walk up to the chains binding. They're large and heavy. Far too solid for you to even imagine.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just...
Keep having it. I'm going to Chelsea. Yeah.
Okay, I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Someone else here? You try the door. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too.
There's a slight panic, right?
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how, or we could use it to free. You won't like what happens.
Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm. You cut into her. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she did. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours. Blood. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even...
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and wait. This isn't fair. You can't just watch me.
No! No! Man, I knew...
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to... But the princess dodges. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of...
Resist.
The blade! Move the... As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess...
We both know this.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriated...
I'm sorry.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. Eat.
Oh no!
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and...
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound. It won't be...
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you. You can't just end life. Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, everything goes dark.
Chapter 2 on, second.
You're on a path. You're here to...
I died. What am I doing here?
I can assure you, if he doesn't remember... Yes. Oh, yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about you. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like, what can I say? A world without love is a world that... A warning, she will be on. I'm sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Don't pay their bickering any... The cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries. The blade is your... door to the basement
you just want
creaks
to die.
open,
That's all.
revealing an
The
intricate
character.
stairwell.
I'm trying to like.
Gold-trimmed
imitate,
carpet
you know?
glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along, but it's still a stone basement. A soft voice.
Hello?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. My love! We're here to rescue. You know she can't hear. She may not be able to hear my... Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dash.
Did you hear that? And she caught us a hit. Flattery really goes on waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe you're raving. That's right, villain. Well, she only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved, and you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the way. Damned a whole world. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be,
Okay, yeah,
you'd have
actually
to
that
get her out of those
made it
chains.
like I
Good
want to
luck
save
with
her.
that.
The other one, I'll try to make it like, yeah, I'll just let her.
Don't you
kill me.
see how dainty her... No, she's a prisoner here. If her hand could just slip out of the chains. Why? Because I'm not sure I follow. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder? I think I'd rather believe... Ah, so you're one of us has to... Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we correct... No. I can't let your what?
No.
Take over our body. I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I can't believe it. I told you, there's no life more worth living.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and you're prissed. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a... Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
We leave and we have. Yeah.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Look at the way she's... And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams and you... That's a familiar mood. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no, did someone lock us in here? That's not fair.
She's right. It isn't fair. But enough with this true love. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you will ever know. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along. I'm just along for the ride.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. And lock clicks. The door. I told you our love was insurmountable. You and the princess make your way to the blade. That's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing.
No.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me... You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just stay here? That's not how this... Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obvious.
release.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, and then you step outside.
Oh,
A happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to...
She's cold.
what?
Quick, our feathers. Plot them all and weave her a coat worthy of...
What the fuck? Not again. No, ever.
She's gone. Is that a... It feels so bad. Yes. Okay. She'll be there, wait.
Just be hope. Be with him. Again, hope.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers. The tides do not dictate
I'm trying to
where
like
you're
help her
pulled.
organize.
A river does not. My gift to you is to let you choose your path. It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any. It says that your heart is gentle. If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But we will know when we near it. I'm sorry. Words are difficult. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything. perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward. Perhaps this will change when our This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose. And yet my waters flow and I am everything. As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
You're ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Man. What else? What can we do?
You're on a path.
What have you come Let's just like ignore it. Let's see.
You make your way up the short. She will.
Let's see into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and of the blade.
The blade. No. There's a second one.
Her voice is, don't let it fool you. It's all
Continue down the
Good.
stairs.
You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you walk down the stairs and look. She's beautiful. I am begging. You're only making.
Thank you.
You're making none. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's down.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work,
She offers the suggestion, if we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about you attempt to make your way out of someone else. You try the door. Your shouts and pleas are, you're here to slay the princess. You make your way to the easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door.
There's a slight.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could forge.
She barely. She rips. Or we could. You won't like. Against you cut. The blade is sharp. Her lip. She did know. How is she?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No. Wait. Watch. Stop.
It's the same thing. I can't do it again. No. Or it's because I already
Thank
tried
you.
it.
There's no getting.
She pounces on you, but you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat. Then you collapse to the floor. Your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outlet. Can't just, as much as I prefer for things, everything goes dark. And you're on a path, She don't. The interior of the cabin is. The blade is your implement.
Unfortunately.
You reach forward and rub your hand. No blade. It'll always be. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a stair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can bear. The air smells of dirt. Her voice.
Something nasty finds itself on my stair.
Same.
Silence, I see. Don't think I've forgotten about you. I recognize.
She must have you She seems friendly enough. You can't. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say? But do you want to hear what everyone has to say? You need to stop lingering. You're fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now.
She's acting like... Oh, no. That's pretty sharp. How do you call it? Well, you seem... Do you remember us then? Do you remember? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I'm just glad Is it all about just focus on the task at hand? Let's chat her up. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more...
Well,
Man, you can't even beat it at like keeps getting.
Very pragmatic. That...
abandoning me, are you? Fine then. Run. You might be able to escape me, but you can't escape from what you are and what you've done. If I don't take...
Turn to leave. But as you do, there's a deep, guttural groan, seemingly cabins. What the hell is... We're getting out of here and saving our skins. As the roots that make up the walls of the cramped basement, the steps are uneven and lively, creaking as they expand out of the dirt floor, the stairway growing smaller and smaller as you dart up towards the light. You manage to squeeze through the door just as the entrance seals itself. The cabin is smaller than it was before. That's fine. We'll just... I'm sure you'd like to do that. But unfortunately, there is no longer a front door. The roots have already closed over the only possible exit. What little light peeks through the holes that were once windows is growing weaker as the ship. As your mind races for an answer, you hear the princess...
Do you hear that, you loathsome thing? Those are the roots of the wild, and they're coming to choke the breath from your lungs and squeeze...
No. What about you?
As long as you suffer while you die, I'll gladly suffer with...
This doesn't help anyone. I can't believe you see. This is exactly why you were tasked to slay her, and why you shouldn't have left her in the basement. The roots grow every now. We can sick them. You slump to the floor as the roots continue to grow. They're never going to make this. She isn't going to make something of herself either. At first, it's almost gentle. Your body being lifted delicately off the ground as the floor shifts beneath you. But the cradle of the growing roots starts to feel suffocating, then unbearably tight. Then that tightness gives way to bulging flesh. The sound of creaking wood is drowned out by the snaps and pops of your bones, pain flooding your senses.
The suffering is what you deserve, you hideous creature. Know as you die that you are hated. I hate you, and I'm glad to die horribly if it means you die with me. I wouldn't have it any other way.
The pressure is unfathomable. You can't breathe, your vision swimming with red, your head pounding with and then you pop. Everything goes dark.
Chapter 3 continues? What?
We are a path in the woods. no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the place.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even... That's not the princess, is it?
Oh, because now
I
you
think
killed.
this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way that... Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have...
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of...
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? Why does he want to know? I don't mind where we are right now, rather than... There's no reason to keep secrets. We tried leaving her in the basement, but she made the... For what it's worth.
It was a fitting end.
I see. So the cabin ground you into paste, and now you're convinced you're stuck together.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything.
Yeah, no.
You can't just passively exist. I don't care if it was the cabin that killed you, because it seems to me like she was the reason the cabin could even do something like that. You need to remember that you and the princess are enemies. Don't let bygone...
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the doubting and the hatred and the schemes. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
Spoken like, honestly, a real puppet master. Have we considered that maybe she's...
I'm not.
But there's a feeling, isn't there? That petty feeling she mentioned, it is fuzzy, but it feels mutual.
Please, stop. If you pay it...
Don't look at it!
She's trying to turn you away from the truth. There's something she doesn't want you to see. I think you already know. Everyone's pulling in different directions, but that feeling doesn't have a motive. It just...
Please, don't make us remember how we were.
And just like that, you start to fall in line. She really does hate us, and we hate her. It hurts thinking about us as separate things, but we're separate. We can't hate ourselves. What were we thinking? Giving into absolute madness. We exist. We're real. We're separate from her. Of course we are. I don't want to remember what it felt like to be killed. It was so much nicer when it didn't feel like it mattered. And yet you
Okay,
keep
now
remembering.
I'm more like
You
depressed.
remember the loathing and animosity you've shared with the princess. You remember that you are a distinct being with a finite form and a mortal body. And you can feel it. There is a shifting of the space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back and...
Maybe bygones can't be bygones. I don't know why I ever wanted to share a body with you, of all things. It's like my very soul reeks of yours. That was horrible. This is better, finally. I'll be able to hurt you like you deserve.
I wish I didn't have to.
Some division, when sown, can never truly be mended. A cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were. A cabin comes into being among the trees. It approaches, and then you find yourself blade in hand. Exactly. At the center of it all is the princess. A wooden and fleshy heart beating with an...
Kill me then, if you hate me so much.
I don't like this. What he wants us to do? Well, it should be easy. If you're sure about it, do we have to? You have to.
No, I mean,
Devious little bastard. He's not in our head anymore. At least not like before. I'm not bluffing. He's weak. Thinks he can boss us around when he doesn't have any authority. We're clearly the ones with authority around here, so we can do. You're tired. No, I'm not. I'm... Cut the princess down from the roots that bind her. I hope you're happy. Good luck.
I didn't think you would do that after it. So,
It's the same thing, man.
She can get... But it feels so bad. It's cold. Oh,
Unravel.
there's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I'm curious to see.
I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we... I will be here.
Yeah.
you're on a path in the woods.
I'm gonna continue
And at the
later.
end of that path